Hi guys. Okay, the entitled purpose of Facebook was to offer another portrayal that would even allow, some individuals to create with their loved ones despite the distance. I feel that Facebook also was a place to be able to express oneself, even or to have, new interactions with other individuals. But it was supposed to even improve social lives rather than destroy it. In the older days, some people replied on messages in order to communicate, or they would have to wait until they seen that one individual again. But now in this generation, everything is taken for granted and even abused. Society has even turned Facebook into a place that is open or even that is negatively depicted people. Facebook is even subjected to an unnecessary drama, catfishing, or predators. Facebook has been escalated so far that it was resulted to many deaths. First and foremost, I seen that there were some individuals who would message people on Facebook. They're familiar with, strangers or the coolest of messages. But for some messages, they would either judge or critic the person's character or their physical attributes. But although there are some individuals that have taught the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never help me. Even though that saying is being said, some people are still either getting hurt or either dying or, saying bad things about their own self because of the bad things that people will even say about them. But in reality, the words can damage that one person. Committing suicide, as I said, but in some cases, drama that is resorted on Facebook can translate even to the physical world. Like for example, someone could write a status on Facebook. They could write a status on Facebook, but it was directed to someone else. The target notices the status and retaliates as the argument ends with, next time I see you or meet me at a certain location. The two individuals finally see each other and it can be led into a fight. Which I understand because sometimes when a person is being targeted, that one individual would just want to fight because certain things, if you see it on social media, you should not be able to say it on social media. You should come to the person rather than trying to speak on social media where everybody can see, and so that everybody can know what was going on with the situation. But some of those situations can lead to death or even a permanent injury because that you're depending on the individuals as a strike. Secondary, there are some individuals that become a victim to catfish. Because catfish is when a person falsely represents themselves. Because representing yourself from another person's picture or stealing their name or anything is not a good pick. Individuals that practice that catfish would steal someone's identity or even take their picture, like I said, or sometimes create a new name and keep the same picture. They have the power to make emotional attachments or to them or send them money. There are usually two victims in catfishing. From the show, as you can see, Catfish, there's the one individual that would be in love with the fake catfisher person. But being a catfish can cause so many situations like from the show, because someone can really be heartbroken or feel certain ways because the person lied to them on many occasions that was occurred in catfishing. What I do not allow is, when watching those shows, those are really sad because that person really thought that that catfish person was the real deal. The effect of catfishing, like what was said, because it can ruin a person's image by posting the derogatory comments or even leaving negative comments on people's profiles. That sometimes is not a good, attention on that person's picture because they're thinking that it's really them and it's really someone's hiding behind that person's face or that person's name. But sometimes the victim's friend would even assume that it's a he or she saying all these comments and stop associating with that person because you never seen or they never wanted to come in contact with you, or they're hiding behind the phone as it being another person's voice. The individuals that allow themselves to become emotionally attached to the catfisher would either grow from it or they can have the opportunity to get closure from the show. But I feel, thirdly, some of the predators utilize Facebook or to even attract younger individuals or use it to talk to people or stalk them. If you're talking to a younger individuals and they lie about their age, which social media should have a say so in, how old the person is, if that's really their age, their name, or, their profile picture. Because these younger individuals would be on Facebook, or it can be used as portrayal or as child molester. The sex predators, some of the younger ones in these generations are naive and they would believe everything and anything that someone would even tell them. And that will allow themselves to open up to a complete stranger, not knowing how old the person is, if that is their real face, or if that is the real age, or if they're telling you where they stay is real. The worst case scenario is eventually set up a meeting with their attacker. In these generations, some people wouldn't even allow to set up meetings or any of those things. They would either ask for numbers, where they stay, or I live so and so, would you meet me here? Some of these. But people on all of their businesses on social media, they invite all of their business on social media so that can tell where a person lives and stays. And which from these locations on like where they're going and where they're currently located at that one moment. But I would like to conclude that there are many situations, I would say many situations that can decrease these problems. But it depends on if that individual is willing to take this responsibility from themselves. And these solutions are unable to completely have the problem being stopped or talk to someone, that's older and mature about it. Because every year a new social media site is created, like it being Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, to communicate with someone. But I see it, however, a parent or a guardian with their preteens or even their teenagers should refrain their children from most certain social media sites and the uniform about the positive attackers in this world. They should also monitor them as the children accounts at least until they even have a mature reach of age. Facebook should create, even regardless of create activities that occur on websites overall social media needs to be private, and so the decreases of chances of being a target.